I'm gonna attempt a solo stream. Yeah. Hello and welcome to another episode of Goggles and Gadgets podcast. I am your host, Green Lantern 345, and tonight it's just me. So, wanted to come on tonight and talk a little bit about just the general state of Hollywood and give my thoughts on it. This is my first ever solo stream. The chill stream doesn't count, but yeah. So here goes nothing. Um, so I wanted to come on and talk about just the things I've been seeing in Hollywood and how it's getting darker and darker, and wanting to really come out with stuff that um, combat that, or like create a good competition for that, or provide people with a better source of entertainment, or a maybe less woke source of entertainment. And so yeah, this like I said, this is I would call this my first official attempt at a solo stream, and to quote the great Anakin Skywalker, what have I done? um. So yeah. So tonight there might be a couple of my close friends said I should incorporate, or would be good to incorporate, some of my talents regarding I would say pretty good at memorizing things that I like. Like, for example, I've memorized I would say a good portion of there was a Winnie the Pooh 8-track tape that I memorized when I was a kid. I didn't even try to memorize it. And so there might be a lot of that tonight. um, but so yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts a little bit on, what's just how dark the movie industry has gotten, and when it kind of reached, I don't want to say a tipping point for me, when they came out with cuties. I don't know if we can still say that on YouTube. If the stream gets taken down, I guess we'll find out what we can say. Um, but I when that came out, I was like, you know, I knew Hollywood as a Christian. I knew Hollywood was, the world. So I mean, I get it. It's a world. They don't have the same values that I do. They don't, and that's what it is. Then that came out, and I'm just like, wow, that's okay. That's pretty messed up. And you got people coming out and defending that. And I see from way back when Gone with the Winds. I don't know if anyone ever remembers that film. Gone with the Winds. The Christian community was in an uproar about that movie because they said the D word. Like Christians were up in arms about that. And now it's gotten so dark that it's just, um, we're allowing things like that documentary to be out there, and I'm just like, can we maybe take, one step away from that? So Ever since then, I haven't had Netflix in a long time, and haven't had Netflix in a long time because I have a general rule when it comes to streaming service. If I scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll for like, if all I'm doing is scrolling and not finding anything that I want, what am I paying for? What exactly am I paying for five, seven, $10 a month or whatever it was? Um, if all I'm doing is that, why am I keeping this? Bye. And so that was that was I forget, it was like a few years before they came out with that uh, monstrosity of a documentary, if you can call it that. But yeah, after that I was just like, okay, can we provide some kind of competition to people that maybe aren't into stuff like that? So so yeah, I remember, just as a Christian, I want to create stuff that is fun and entertaining, and brings joy to people. Brings I love making people laugh. I love making people um have I love taking people on adventures that are fun and that are exciting and all that. And um so that's one of the things I want to do with the channel, and that's where I wanted to go eventually. And so no, now I forgot what my point was. Um, dang. So I just totally lost my train of thought. But anyways, yeah, that's where I wanted to do the channel, was um, creating stuff that would provide people with a lighter, I would say more family friendly type of environment. And so that's kind of what I wanted to preview a little bit tonight, and or do a little bit tonight. But if anybody wants to join and make this not a solo stream, that'd be great. um, but yeah, so well, I might do some of that, show off my memorization skills a little bit. And if it bombs, it's I know who to blame. But yeah, I oh, that's what I was going to say. As a Christian, I remember when no, I used to be a big Marvel fan. Not so much now for various reasons, but I I remember when in Age of Ultron, the good guys took my God's name in vain, and that was one of the. I'm like, I still remember seeing it in the theater, and I'm like, wow, okay, we're 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 there now. That this is coming from a supposed family friendly company, and I'm just like, really? So that was when I started um, getting more concerned, or getting kind of surprised that they went there. Um, but I see, like like the Bible says, it's the little foxes that spoil the vine, and I started seeing little stuff like that. That it just kept getting a little bit more and a little bit more dark, and I'm just like, I want to create something that's um, really upholds more, I would say, family friendly type of things, and more like things that don't bother my conscience so much, but are still fun and exciting and everything. There's so much stuff that I'm looking to make. I have some people tell me like you need to be reined in, and I'm like, yeah, no. But I've had. I remember back in the day, I would that back in the day. It was a few years ago where I wanted to make video games, and I'm still looking to make video games. There's about I have. I was working on one video game, and I was working on it for like casually. I was coming up with ideas for the story, for gameplay, for attacks, and all the little intricacies for a good for a good game. And I'd been working on it for about 3 years at the time, and so I been working on it for about 3 years at the time. And then I was like, I one of my goals is to create video game studio, and I my one of my goals when I get my team in place, my goal is to put out one game a year. And so I was thinking to myself at the time, I was like, I only have one game that I came up with in like yeah, I think it was like 3 years that I was like casually working on it. Just I mean, I don't have skills in like drawing or music or anything like that, but I am good at organizing and character development and developing different aspects of it. But there's a lot of things that I'm not good at. Let's just put it that way. So I wanted to come out, I wanted to come out with a game every year, and so I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, I need a lot more, you know, I don't want to say ideas in my head because then you're just an ideas guy. To quote Rogue One, well, you have to start somewhere. Then here I am solo streaming. But so I was like, okay, I need to come up with a lot more ideas, concepts, or whatever for video games that I'd like to develop. So I started at my job at the time. It was very you literally did the exact same thing every single day. And when I mean the exact same thing, I mean the exact same thing. And every day, Monday through Friday, which was good. I liked that because you could almost do your job on autopilot. And so I was like, okay, let's just brainstorm here and think about what kind of games do I want to make. So I came up with 5 trilogies of video games that I want to make. And that would be about, well, yeah, if I wanted to make, my goal is to make one game a year, and to make one game a year, and so I have like 15 years planned out where I want to go. And I mean that's not a hard, we have to make one once a year or whatever. That's like, hey, if we can get one out once a year, that'd be awesome. If it's not if we get a year in and it's not quite done, so it takes a little longer. I don't, I'd rather have a quality product than just here's a deadline and we got to reach it. So there you go. It sucks, but at least we got one out. No. um, so that was my. So yeah, I have for that I have uh yeah, like five trilogies of video games plus a couple standalones that I want to do, and then I got that. I got three TV shows that I'm looking to make, and and then so I'm looking for ways to break that down and looking for ways to attract people, and I wanted to I like making. I thought it would be a good idea to do some fan stories, and I mean, I like making fun stuff. I like, like I said, I like making people laugh, and um, I wanted to do, more simple things to kind of cut my teeth with. So actually, just this past, I think it might have been like this past Sunday or something like the past week. I started a fan writing group on Discord, and if you want to join and be a part of it, let me know in the comments or let me know in the live chat if anybody's watching. You're masking it, that'd be great. And but yeah, so I'm looking to do some start out by doing some short fan stories and different things like that. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell a little bit. There's a lot more to it, but that's pretty much it for right now. And so yeah, I like I said, this might be a short stream. It's because people are right. Solo streaming is really hard. Yeah, I hope the audio's on for this one. So, but yeah, that's kind of where I want to go with that. And eventually, if I get enough content, I'm I find myself being a big thinker, and I think one of my gifts is being able to organize, being able to plan way far in the future, and just think like I said, like 15 years down the road, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? And I think that's one of the things that God really gifted me with. And so I think that's pretty much it with what I want to do as far as like content creation. I want this channel to be known as a fun place to come to, whether we're doing table reads, whether we're doing short stories, or or whatever. That's what I want to be known for, and we're also going. This is, I mean, I guess you would say this is uh, my attempt at a solo stream, because I'm going to be doing this starting next week. I'm going to be doing a lunch hour, about 11:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing a stream. I'm going to be doing that weekly. Yikes. And so, because I really want to ramp this up, and I want to get the channel out to more people so we can start making some fun stuff. And so yeah, that's kind of where I want it to go. And you know what? Nobody's watching right now, so the viewership can't go down from zero. So I am. I'm gonna try something here. To kind of, I am. I was a little hesitant to do this, but Do you know what? What the heck? It's all aboard the crazy train. And so, like I said before, when I was a kid, I there was this one 8-track tape of Winnie the Pooh, and this is my rendition. I'm not reading anything. There's no script here. If I could turn the camera or whatever, I would. But this is all from memory. So this is, if anybody is familiar with Winnie the Pooh, when he got stuck in Rabbit's hole, and he came over to, to eat something, to eat some honey, and this is my rendition of the story of when Pooh got stuck in Rabbit's hole, straight from memory. What I said was, is there anybody at home? No. Isn't there anybody at home? Nobody. Isn't that the rabbit's voice? I don't think so. It isn't meant to be. Oh, hello, Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear! And then so Pooh goes into Rabbit's hole, and he asks Rabbit for some honey, and Rabbit goes, "Oh, at the same time, you took the whole jar." Oh, thank you, Rabbit. So Pooh ate and ate and ate and ate and ate. And at last he said to Rabbit in a rather sticky voice, "I must be going now. Goodbye, Rabbit." "Well, goodbye, if you think there is any more. Is there any more?" "No, there isn't. I thought not." Then Pooh gets stuck in Rabbit's hole. "Ooh, help! Ooh, help and bother! I'm stuck." What? And then Owl comes down and swoops down and to see Pooh stuck in his current predicament. Which bad a type predicament? In word, immovable. Now, obviously, this situation calls for an expert. Just then, Mr. Gopher popped up from his underground hole. "Somebody call for an excavation expert? I'm not the bug, but I'm at your service. Gopher's my name. Here's my card. What's your problem?" Yes. It seems the entrance to Rabbit's domicile is impassable. To be exact, plucked. "Yeah, you want me to dig it up?" "Precisely. I say it's over here, my good fellow." Mm-hmm. Go up. First thing to be done is get rid of that bear. He is gumming up the whole project. Dash it all, he is the project. Hard digging, dangerous keeping, risky. Oh, no, need pipes replacing. Big job. Take 2 or 3 days. 3 days. What do I do about lunches? Oh, no problem. Always go home for lunch. Yeah, your estimate. I can't make an estimate. Too risky. Oh, blast it all. Good idea. Use dynamite. Save time. What's the charge? Oh, the charge. Oh, about 6, 7, 7, 6 of dynamite. Oh, no. The cost, the charge, and money. No charge account. I work strictly cash. Well, I can't say it around here. Log in. I'll take contact schedule. Whoa! If they come for it, let me know. Got the card, not the And I just instantly lost all my subscribers. See, this is what happens when you don't have internet when you grow up. You learn to memorize stuff. um, so yeah, that was one of the things that I did. That's one of the things I love doing. I love doing improv. I love doing different stuff like that. If anyone hasn't seen the second episode of if anyone hasn't seen the second episode of this podcast, I would highly recommend go watching the highlight reel of that. That's actually gonna be my favorite episode that I've done so far, and we improv for like 20 minutes, which we had no plan. We had no that wasn't planned at all. I was just like You know what? What the heck? I was like, you fellers up for a little experiment live in front of millions of people? Six. But that was, yeah, no, that episode, that's gonna be my favorite so far. And so I'm, what else? I've been going for about 25 minutes now, but I think I might end the stream there, unless somebody else wants to. Come on, is there anybody at all? um, so yeah, if you watch this far, dang dude, you the man. And yeah, just wanted to thank anyone that watches this on the replay, or if by some miracle there's someone rushing right now that isn't showing up for whatever reason. Really appreciate your time, and you know, one of these, one of these days I gotta figure out how to end this